Hi, welcome to Detours, Understanding Acquired Brain Injury. And of course, as you know, we have our lovely host, Lisa C. And welcome. Introduce yourself, please.
Hello.
Hi. And today we're going to be talking about, as we did before, love languages, but this time we're going to be having a little fun. We're going to be talking about neurodivergent love languages. Those of you who are familiar with the term neurodivergent, what we're talking about is people whose brains are different. So this could apply not just to people with acquired neurological differences, but people who are born with congenital changes or whatever. So people with, like CP or with learning disabilities or with autism or with ADD, ADHD or whatever have you, personality or psychiatric issues or or other acquired issues besides, traumatic brain injury or like cardiac arrest or infections, meningitis, encephalitis, as Colleen talked about in her video. And so all kinds of reasons for neurodivergence. And so we'll be talking about like how people whose brains are different and who process their emotions and cognitions differently, how they might express how they feel. Because yes, surprise, surprise, people whose brains are wired differently show their love and affection differently, but we're all human. And so we love too. So let's dive into it. Lisa?
All right. Wow. Wow. Let's see. If we have, yes, we do have we have a few of the love languages for the neurodivergent. One is body doubling.
Mhm.
Um, that is basically where you have two people, you know, that are, they want to be together, but they're doing, their own thing, whether it be you know, doing a crossword puzzle or playing a video game and, their friend or loved one is, you know, reading
Mm.
or playing a game themselves or a video game, that's where that should be, that's probably another way of saying quality time.
Quality time. Yeah. Hmm. And the idea is the same. It's just for the comfort of companionship.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's just a way of expressing like I enjoy being with you. It is like because you seek that person out to spend time with. And it's because you process things differently. Let me think. Another one is they call it like penguin pebbling or something like that. It's basically sharing
Yes.
gifts, but it's just doing it in a different way. Like tokens of affection, basically. Um, Whether it's, hey, I got, I found a stone and I just thought, hey, I'd like you to have it. And, it's like
Mhm.
polished maybe or something well decorated, something cute like that, or something, like maybe a leaf. And it's like, hey,
Mhm.
I'm a gesture of affection. And whether this is, hey, working in a hospital, I've seen this, whether it's a person who has trouble talking or, just, and I've gotten this from kids or from other people who are physically or emotionally disabled. And you know what? It's like
Mhm.
stuff like that sometimes ends up on the desk or ends up, just makes me think of that person. Or I've had friends who shared funny memes. They think of me and it's like, hey, what do you think of this? And so even stuff like that, it is giving gifts that are a way of saying, I'm thinking of you. You're on my mind. And it's very sweet.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And it makes me happy. It's like some of those things, they stick with you for a long time. Just like looking at stuff like that, it means you're important enough to that person that in their mind, and it's a very affectionate kind of thing to do. Um,
Where it's almost like, gifts.
it is gifts, basically.
Yeah.
That's how it seems to me. It's giving gifts in that sense, and it's like I said, it's quite sweet. Definitely, I like
Yes.
that one too. Um, I've done that kind of thing. You know,
Oh yeah, me too.
sent a meme. I thought of a particular person, like, you know what? I think they'd appreciate this, or send a little like a message, or like, you know,
It's the little things, you know.
oh heck yeah, um,
Let's
definitely.
see, what's another one? Oh, boy,
Mm.
I want to say spinning, but I know
Yeah,
it's
yeah. Information dump. I'm guilty of this one, but I do enjoy doing it, sharing my passions. They talk about spin, which is
yes,
basically special interest. It's the first letters of special interest. Um, the problem is a lot of people who have autism or many other, you know, the neurodivergences, um, they don't like the term, you know, special interest for it because of special education being associated. But the truth is, it's like
hmm
for even those of us with acquired brain injury, it's like many of us do develop like a focus in a certain area, that, you know, a passion, just because of like we do take a lot of time to rest and, you know, stuff like that. We do develop a focus, especially, you know, if we have trouble finding work, or, you know, because of whatever. So we may develop, whether it's music or whether it's, you know, like crafting or an art thing, or for me it's neuroscience.
right.
Deep passion, and I love to share it. And if you're somebody that I feel will get it, I will, boy, will I ever share it. I mean, that's what all this is about. You know, detours is comes out of my spin, as it were, my special interest. So, and but for me, it's a chance to help other people and
hmm
to share what I know. If I, you know, I'm willing to do an information dump, which is, you know, like sharing a lot, but to share that special interest means I care
Oh
about it.
yeah,
It's definitely a sign of caring. How about you? Do you find you have a spin?
yeah. I would say so. I mean, I think it would be the same thing about special things that I like. You know, whether it be
Mm.
about rabbits, if I could help somebody.
Ah,
You
true.
know, give my best expertise that I can hmm, from what I've learned. You know, with my daughter when she
That's
was
a
in the
good point. Yeah,
4-H.
and
Even though
yeah,
I
and
forget, so I always have to ask her. But, that's alright.
you've continued that though. That's true. That would be your spin. And to
Yeah.
share, and you've shared stuff. I mean, you shared with me some of the stuff, and you know, it's like it's interesting, you know, to have learned some of that. And it's like, yeah, definitely, it would definitely be a spin. And for the other one, I mean, yeah, I mean, you said you definitely like the pebble, you know, like the small gifts in that sense, you know, sharing funny stuff, or a little, hey, look at this
Mhm.
kind of thing. That's, you know, again, it's a very sweet, and the little exchanges of, you know, like highs during the day, and, you know, caring, and, you know, like the, again, that's something that both of us do. And I know either like during the day, or like just like with other people throughout the day, it's just something that, because it's just the way, you know, if your brain is wired a little differently, it's something that, you know, connects easier for us. What were some of the others? Hmm.
What's that?
I said, what were some of the other ones, or two other ones?
Yes, it's about the one is about crushing my soul.
Oh yes, back into my body. Yes,
Yes.
tight hugs. Yes, but like that's me for sure. That I really like that, because it does help soothe anxiety and worry. It's like a good tight, a bone crushing hug. It's not just you know, an arm hug or one of those wimpy kind of things. It needs to be like,
It's the
yeah,
big squeeze.
yes, a tight, big bear hug. Yes, absolutely. It's like a weighted blanket or something. I really like those, especially when I feel tense. How about you?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it definitely helps when you're just not in a good state of mind and you're very upset and you just need a hug. I mean, it helps so much, and it just makes you feel better. Like, okay, I can get through this day now, you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
I'll be okay now. But supposedly they have a machine that squeezes you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And maybe they do, but that just would not be, you know, it's like if you want to
No.
be squeezed and like have a machine do it, you may as well lay down and let a steamroller run over you. I'm not knocking people who are fine with that because they don't like human contact, but you know what?
Mhm.
For me, it's that human contact that makes it. And I'm not trying to be critical of anyone. If that's what you need, that's what you need. But that wouldn't work for me. It's like it's got to be human contact.
Oh, yeah, me
Uh,
too.
Male, female, I don't care. It's just like knowing that somebody
Mhm.
cares enough. I mean, that's part of
Yep.
why it helps. Um, from loved ones, from my wife, or from friends and stuff that means something to me. It's like it's that I care about you, and but it's like enough to like crush me.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
it's like that plus the weighted blanket effect definitely helps
Yes.
when stressed out.
Oh,
Hmm.
yes. Um, gosh, I forgot. I know we have one more.
Yeah, may have to check
We did
that.
the body doubling, right?
Yeah, body doubling, the pebble, the information
Penguin
dump,
pebble thing.
and the squeeze the soul back into my body, which yeah, is how
Oh
that
my
is.
goodness.
Hmm.
We did the spin.
Yeah, the information dump. Yeah. Shoot. Well, I have to check.
Oh no.
I'm embarrassed.
What is the one with the anchor with the focus for like for ADD or ADHD to help them focus?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so embarrassed.
I
Mm,
know. It's been a long
well,
day.
yeah, I know. Tell me about it. We'll have to start juggling or something. I mean, to distract, right? While we look through. Um, Shoot. Yeah, the people who put this together were it was quite they call themselves the stim punks, as in stimming from autism, self-stimulatory behavior. But they have an excellent site. And they talk about a lot of these different kind of
Oh, they
topics,
do.
including the love languages. It's really a great um, um, yeah, here it is. It's info dumping, parallel play, which is like
Oh,
doing the other
yes.
thing. Yes.
That's the one.
Support swapping, deep
Oh,
pressure, and penguin pebbling. So
okay.
parallel play is where both of you are doing different things but are together. So it's like the idea of like where you're both doing different things but you're there. It's that is like a quality time.
Right.
And support swapping, that would be like acts of service. So I
Okay.
tell you, like, it's like, hey, don't forget to take your medicine, or like, hey, maybe you need to drink some water. You look like you're running a bit dry, or something like
Hmm.
that. Or so support swapping is acts of service like that.
Okay.
And so it's like when you tell your friend, oh, don't forget, or hey, we have a video to make coming up.
Hmm. Yep.
Or helping make a video
Yes.
and helping share and get more viewers.
Very important.
Thank you. Yes. Or just like helping maintain a site or something like that, say.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But yeah. Um, and I like how they talk about emotional bids, or the pixels of
Oh,
relationship and
yes.
communication are important
Yes.
to relationship accommodations. Yeah. It's just like for all kinds of it's like when we do something to signal we want attention and we want connection. Very true. And it's harder for us, with neurodivergence, because we're
Yes.
not quite as good at that. And they talk about that here on their site. And I'm very, like impressed with, just how they talk about all this. And sharing spoons they talk about. Now that's like, I mean, about spoon theory, and I have the Marx mechanical pencil theory. It may as well be sharing
Hmm.
pencils. Same
Yes.
idea. The problem I've always had with the spoon theory is it's fairly static, but it's dynamic, at least as far as for people with brain injury. And that's why I use the Marx mechanical pencil ideas, because with the mechanical pencil concept, I'd argue that it's dynamic. Like if you're doing something you like or something relaxing, you gain back energy. Like when I'm done swimming or when I'm done doing things with friends or doing videos or something, I feel more energized. And so I feel a little better. And so maybe I can do
Right.
something extra. Whereas with the spoons, it suggests that you only go down. And that's not true. You can gain energy by doing things that give you a perk. Or like if I listen to energizing music or something, I might gain a pencil. But with spoons, you only lose. And so I would argue, it's like you can gain energy. Or, and as they would suggest here with the spoons, spoon swapping, you can like, you know, so it's a little more, you know,
Makes
so
sense.
I would recommend, and I'm going to put the links below to the stimpunks here because it's really important. And they talk about a lot of this kind of stuff. How about you? What would you say are as far as your neurodivergent love languages for you?
Oh boy. Wow. Well, definitely the penguin pebble.
Hmm.
Definitely that.
Yeah, me too.
And parallel play.
Hmm.
That's a big one.
Yep.
And probably emotional bids too.
Well, squeeze yours. Well, that's like in asking to engage. But how about well, like crush my soul back into my body? I think
Oh
too.
yes.
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I would agree with
Absolutely.
you. Yeah, about the penguin pebbling for sure.
I
Definitely.
love that.
I do some of that with you too. I know when I communicate. And the crush my soul, please crush my soul back into my body. Definitely.
Yeah,
The deep pressure and info dumping. Yeah, like right here, we are doing that right here with people watching
that's
this.
right.
And so, and support swapping, I've done that, it's like, and I really like that one too, because it really makes a
Yes.
difference, really helps,
Oh,
spins and info
absolutely.
dumps. Yeah, spins and info dumps definitely is a thing, but that's an act of love and caring for our viewers.
Yes, indeed.
We're here to help. We tell people always like share ideas and what you'd like to see below.
Hmm. Yep.
And, it's like,
We help everybody.
it's what we're there for.
Yep.
That's what we're there for.
And we continue.
Yep. And to me, I think that's really important. You know,
As long as the videos help everyone, that's what matters.
yep. Yep. Um, Let me see anything else that yeah, they talk about parallel play, and I'm just looking through this as I'm going. Yeah, body doubling is someone who sits with them as they oh yeah, here they get into that. They talk about body doubling as somebody sitting with a person with ADHD or ADD as they tackle hard or difficult tasks to complete alone to help you maintain your focus.
Yes.
I think I need about 50 of those to help me focus because God knows those of us with executive dysfunction, with executive deficits, we need
Yeah.
somebody to help us focus. Like come like whether it's tax time or whether it's at work, uh,
Mm.
especially
Oh,
paperwork.
yes. I will
My
agree on
problem
that.
is the people I care about. It's like I have this little problem, especially with info dumping. I'd rather be info dumping what I'm getting from them
Oh,
and
I
share
agree with that one.
and sharing my spin with them. It's like I need a sign on my back. It's like, please do not talk to me while I am working because I will talk with you for hours and get no work done. So it's like the problem is they need to have the discipline to tell me to be quiet and focus on what I'm supposed to be doing. So that is where like they need to
Oh,
have
yeah.
the support swapping, including self-discipline enough not to like talk to me about things that they find interesting or I find interesting because I would gladly, I mean, it's
Hmm.
it's like I have a number of friends who, would be happy to talk about all kinds of things that are not work related and I would get
Oh, yeah.
myself into trouble up to here. And
Mm.
I'm sure you're the same way.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yep. When I'm focused, I'm focused.
And but
And
the
as
thing
soon as
is like,
someone comes by,
yep,
And distracts me. Oh boy, here we go. Let's start
And you'd be
over.
much happier to talk about something else with your friends than you would about doing whatever the heck it is. So, yeah, so body doubling could be a problem.
Very true.
Mm, because I lack the self-discipline. I mean, the medication that I take, the Concerta to help a little bit, but
It
like
only helps so much.
today I encountered a small problem with that. Fortunately, we were both able to apply a little self-discipline and get out of our situations. But
Oh, yeah.
it got close. It got really close. I mean, I've been in situations with friends I care about where both of us, are neurodivergent and are
Mhm.
tempted to like spend an hour, hour and a half, say, not focused on what we should be.
Oh yeah. Very easy to do.
Yeah, so that one's probably one of the toughest, I would argue.
Oh
Uh,
yes.
mm, yeah. Well, it talks about a teacher here who did some of that with her. Yeah, yeah, with getting like students and friends to help her while she was folding laundry to make sure she got it
Oh,
done.
that was great.
Oh man.
And everybody started pitching in, doing their
Yeah.
own. That was
Uh,
great.
yeah, support swapping is talking about like you're reminding people to drink or to do homework or to whatever, it's like, yeah. And the sharing spoons, I like how they talk about, yeah, about finding people in the community or whatever else who can help you meet that need, like, uh, definitely. Nope. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I
Again,
think we got
definitely.
all.
Yeah, I think we did. And I definitely would recommend. And as I said, I'm going to put the link below to STEM Puncture. I think they really hit the nail on the head when it comes to these. And it applies to more than folks with autism or ADD, ADHD. It applies to all of us who are
Oh
neurodivergent.
yeah.
It applies, as you can see, to two close friends with traumatic or acquired traumatic brain injury here.
That's right.
And if it applies to you and any of the neurodivergent love languages apply to you, please share below. I mean, this was a fun little exploration here, but whether it's pebbling, whether it's parallel play, whether it is spoon sharing, or whether it is info dumping and spins, whether it is
Mhm.
you know any of them. um
Any
you know,
any of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, please share. Yeah, tell us, or if you could think of other ones, possibly, that they don't all have to have clever, or names like "crush my soul back in my body" or anything like
Yeah.
that. Although, it's like, or support swapping or whatever you'd like to call it. I mean, you know,
I think a hug would have been fine. Saying a hug would have been fine. You know,
yeah.
it would have been easier to remember anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely. But it's like if you have like any other suggestion, it's like, please like share or mention something for this.
Absolutely.
I just so yeah, so
Or if you
going
have any
over it.
questions.
Yeah, if you have questions or anything else to add below, I mean, so the 5R info dumping, which we went over, which is just like to share everything you can think of about your spin. Parallel play, which is you both are doing something fun with each other, which is like just it's like quality time. Support
Mhm.
swapping, which that is like reminding the other person or helping them out with something. Deep pressure, crush my soul back into my body, and penguin pebbling. Those are the
Right.
five from the stimpunks there. So I think that covers five.
Yes.
So Again, so next time we'll be looking at some other things like what kids, and their perspective on it, what kind of love languages they speak, and the possibility or the way of describing seven. Because there may be other ways of thinking about these ways of communicating love and care and compassion
Mhm.
beyond the traditional five love languages. And there are things beyond, or different ways of looking at how people express love and affection. But I think it's important to remember that people with brain injury, neurological disabilities, um, we survivors, we warriors, strivers, whatever you'd like to call it, we may express how we feel differently, but it is important to remember that we do express our love. It just may require a different way of looking at things. It may
Mhm.
require a little bit more astuteness, perhaps, a little more sharpness to pick it up.
Yep.
And sometimes just asking, seriously, just ask. It's like if you're feeling like there's a problem with communication,
Yes, exactly. It's all about communication and any in some way or another.
and you may be getting the message and just not hearing it. Yeah, pick up the phone, to use the old person's, or look at the text to see whether it's coming
Yep.
in, or see the hologram. I don't know if somebody's watching this in 2105, or sync the brainwave if this is being absorbed telepathically in 2238.
That
Um,
would be wonderful.
yep, who knows? If it's that late, I suspect it'll be some like AI archivist examining it when it's been filed away and nobody's seen it in 200 years.
Very
um,
true. Hmm.
very likely it's like some dusty old paper from like 200
Hmm.
years ago. Nobody's seen it in whatever. But in all seriousness, just be aware that you may be getting a message and you're not hearing it because you're used to hearing it in the old way before the
Mhm.
survivor was injured, but it still may be coming to you. And it is important to be aware and maybe to ask and look.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
because,
because we're not gonna know unless you tell us, or ask
yep,
questions.
or we may not be able to express it that way anymore. And
Right.
so try an emotional bed yourself
Mhm.
and understand that maybe that's what we're doing too.
Yes.
Okay, so thanks as always.
You're welcome.
Just want to say if you have any questions for Lisa, please put them in the comments below. Anything specific or anything relating to the other videos that Lisa's done. She does a lot as as one of our senior hosts. And please click like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell icon. Um,
Right.
and share this video with anyone else that would be interested.
That's
Um,
right. Very
it's
important.
important information to get out there. Um, we hope you found it helpful, useful. If you have suggestions also for other videos, we're always taking that too. You can place that anywhere you want. Um,
That'd
we're
be a good
working
idea too.
we're working on establishing a TikTok for brain stuff in general, not just brain injuries, but um, so we hope you look for that. We'll let you know when that comes out too. Um, again, have a good day, good evening, whatever it may be, and we'll see you around.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.